Hello, everyone. Welcome in. We are here with breaking news. Stacey Wondra, the suspect who has been charged with the first-degree M and second-degree kidnapping of Michael Vaughn, has been extradited from Arizona to Idaho, had a hearing, an arraignment yesterday, and we are going to discuss it. Listen to a little interview from Brandy, the mother, Michael Vaughn's mother, as well as go over the probable cause affidavit. Don't forget to join me tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, for Sebastian Rogers as well. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, hold on.
Searching clues to find the missing kid. We gather here as a family, searching clues to find the missing kids around this world, searching far and wide, things that make us cry. Sometimes they are found safe, but many don't get out alive. We fight for justice, for the voiceless. We help one another look for evidence, turn it in and hope they listen to the clues we found, even if it is small. These children are blessings and didn't ask for this. But some aren't even given simple things like love, a little hug, I'm proud of you, just a compliment. Crime Time Buzz is always there looking for answers and help us find you out there. Are you hiding from someone that hurts you? Or did they remove you from this earth because they simply didn't care? Just so you know, America cares. We cry. You notice that you're missing from a dinner table, a holiday, another birthday come and gone. God is with you, my darling, we're trying to find you, searching every day, just so you can play another day. Don't give up on those that really care. You are precious and beautiful, smart and kind, and tomorrow we hope to find you. You are precious and beautiful, smart and kind, and tomorrow we hope to find you.
Welcome in, everyone. Thank you so much. Hello, Adriana. We can always count on you, Jay. Thank you so much, Adriana. The real me, too. So good to see you. Thank you for being here to mod. We're just getting started. Hello, hello. Hello, Caroline. Hello, Grizzly Granny. We have good news today. Hello, Linda, Donna, Loose Cannon, Barb, Gypsy Girl. See lots of friends in the chat. Thank you for being here today for Michael Vaughn. You know, we have good news today, although it's very difficult news. We've been following this case, Michael Vaughn. Let me take this banner down so we can see that handsome face. Michael Vaughn is from Fruitland, Idaho. July of 2021, Michael went out to play while his dad was changing his baby sister's diaper and ordering a pizza. And monsters crept in. And now as we read the probable cause affidavit, hi, Jilly, we're going to read it together today. So it is going to be difficult, but I want us to know what's going on. And it helps us put pieces together also as to what we were thinking back in 21 and to what the Wondras were doing, and Brandon and allegedly Adrian, and kind of put it together and actually learn, right, a little bit as to how some of these people function and work and where our minds were back in 21 and what they were doing. And now we can kind of put it together and look for those clues we didn't see, we might have missed. So justice for Michael Monkey Vaughn and his family. I do know Brandy was at the arraignment today. So Stacey Wondra was arrested as he was in an Arizona Phoenix jail. He was arrested coming out last week. We covered it. And charged with first-degree M of Michael Vaughn. For those of you new to the case, Michael's has not been located. He has not been found. But boy, is there evidence. So he was arrested, first-degree M, second-degree kidnapping, and was being extradited to Idaho, which apparently happened yesterday, and an arraignment hearing. Brandy Neal, the mother, was at the arraignment, and we are going to listen to her first this morning so we can get the scoop firsthand from Michael's mother. I can only imagine how she feels, how this family feels. They still don't have Michael. Now, thank goodness, charges are coming down. Stacey's been charged. I'm Sarah. There's other people, Brandon, Shirtliff, Adrian, Lucien. It's just heartbreaking. And I had told you all that I had a source in Payette County, Fruitland area, who had told me a long time ago, back in November, when they were excavating in the Wondra's yard on Red Wing, that when law enforcement originally was looking that first, night or so, and they went to the Wondra's neighbor, the 2 registered sex offenders who are married and seniors, they're older. They had went to their home, but the dog ran over to the Wondras. And I had heard that back in November of 2022. And I did hear that on a news release today, that the only house they had hit on was the fence line of the Wondras. They did not answer the door at that time, but was Michael in there sitting on the couch at that time? Quite a story, my friends. Quite a story. The real Me Too says, I hope Don and Candace are paying attention. Yes, me too. Hope a lot of people are paying attention. I think we need to bring the children home. In Fruitland Police Department, J.D. Huff, Chief of Police, they've never stopped. They made it very clear, you do not take one of our own. You do not take one of our own and get away with it. You do not take one of our precious and think we're going to forget. Amen to that. Let's go ahead as you're coming in. And don't forget to join me this evening for Sebastian Rogers live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We are going to start with the mother who has endured. She just had a liver transplant and is on the mend. Her strength is coming back. And people are being held accountable for her boy, their boy, Monkey, not being home. We will be covering the probable cause affidavit after this information, but I wanted us to hear it from Brandy first because this is Brandy's life. This is Michael's mother. So please listen to Brandy. This is credit to, sorry, y'all. Let me tell you who the credit is to here. PNW, Missing PNW Crimes Revisited. Michael was 5 when he was taken by the Wondras, by Stacey.
Well, hi, everyone. I know everybody has a ton of questions. I was there in court today. I saw Stacey. And
I do want you to know I am going to be muting this because it's a tough one, y'all. I don't want to cry over her, but it is tough. I don't want y'all to hear me instead of Brandy. So I am muting, but I'll be right back on when Brandy is finished.
hi, everyone. I know everybody has a ton of questions. I was there in court today. I saw Stacey. And he understands his charges. And he tried to, it's funny. He tried to say that he knew his rights. Apparently, he didn't get a paper explaining his rights to him. So the judge took a recess and for him to make sure that he had read and understood those rights. I was thanking God for that one because that could be a big oopsie, So I'm glad that they're paying very, very close attention to this case. So the arraignment, that was the arraignment, and then next we have the preliminary, and that's on the 16th, I believe, and we'll be there. Tyler and I will both be there. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to be there because he was working, and they had jury selection for something else today. So his partner had, sorry. His partner had to be there.
I get dermaplaned every single week, and the lady at the spa told me a week ago I could be doing the same thing from home to save money.
Yeah, just sitting there staring at him the entire time. I was angry. Just pure anger. I have no remorse, I don't have empathy for him, any of them. And that's not me, but they don't deserve it. They don't deserve my kindness. And I believe that the judicial system believes that as well, that these people are monsters. And they're not going to be allowed to roam the streets anymore. So one walk in the direction of giving Michael justice. It's going to be a long road with all of them, but we're monkey strong, and we're going to be there through every bit of it. And pray that the others that do have information or have tried to hinder the investigation grow a spine, a little bit of a spine, something. I mean, maybe forgiveness. They should be begging for forgiveness, and not from me. So thank you, everybody, for your love and support and your kindness. Still, I mean, it's been so long. It's been 1,500 and I'm off on my days. I haven't been sleeping much, especially waiting for him to get back here. So other things are coming. Information is still coming in. So everyone, please, if you see this, if you know something, or you saw something on July 27th of 2021, if you're afraid to come forward, please, you don't have to be afraid. You can remain anonymous. All I want is my baby home. That's all we've been asking this entire time. And now that these monsters are going to get what they deserve for what they have done to Michael, please. It's been so long. Please just tell someone where he is. Tell us where Michael is, please. I'll beg forever. And I'm losing my patience. So please, give me back my son. There's a statement from J.D. Huff that any person or persons that hindered their investigation, I can't even say it word for word right now. They will be pursued as well. And I stand with JD. And I stand with our local police department, the sheriff's department, and the prosecuting attorney's office. We will get justice for Michael. We will find him. We have hope. I love you, Michael Joe. Monkey butt, I'm never going to give up, I swear. Tried to go twice, but you know what? Nope. I'm here for a reason. I got that pinky promise to keep, my love. Thank you, everybody, so much. There'll never be enough thank yous. But please, I am so humbled by everybody's generosity. Prayers, kind words, food. It is very humbling. So please, please keep our family in your thoughts and prayers. Prayers are always needed, no matter what you believe. I'll take it, the light, the love, spirit, you name it. Because to me, it's faith, having hope. And I believe those two go really well together, along with some love and kindness. So, here we go, you guys. It's a start. And me and Tyler, the whole family, we're here for it. I love you all very much. And take care of each other. And try to have a blessed holiday. Give the loved ones you haven't talked to in forever, give them a call. Or a friend. And remember to smile. Especially if you think of Michael. His beautiful smile. So, have a great evening. Thank you all again. I love you so much. And yeah, I did. And I'm keeping it. Blue for monkey. I love you all. Good night.
Ladies over 50.
Wow. Okay. Her hair is lovely. Beautiful statement for her monkey. I'm sorry, y'all. That's challenging. To watch a mother have to beg to have her baby back. Excuse me. You monsters, tell them where he is, please, so they can lay him to rest. You've done your dirty. Let them have some peace and dignity for themselves to lay their son to rest who they can visit then. Please, you've done your dirty. It's out there. It's documented. I know you're not convicted yet, but you're convicted in your soul. So let it out. Tell where Michael Vaughn is, please. Thank you all for being here. We are going to go over, for those of you just coming in, this monster who's charged with the unaliving first degree of Michael Vaughn. Michael has not been located yet. Second degree kidnapping is in Idaho now. Praise God, where they have the death penalty, firing squad. And there will be charges, I'm sure, for others to come. We're going to go over the probable cause affidavit. I do want to tell you it's a trigger, but I think we can learn from it, because for those of us who have been following the case for 4 years, we remember what we were thinking, what we were looking into, what we were, doing, what areas, all our thoughts at that time. And this is going to help lay things out for us, like the journey of what went on, as horrible and disgusting as it is. But I think we can also learn from it, the minds of these monsters. Think of all the interviews Stacey did. Oh, I'm innocent. I didn't do it. It's just unbelievable. So we're going to begin today. He is in Idaho. He had an arraignment. He has a preliminary hearing December 16th. Both Tyler and Brandy will be in attendance. And Brandy was in attendance today, as you heard, but Tyler could not get away. But Idaho got him there. They did not wait the 30 days. They're not messing around. Heartbreaking, but it's good news. The good news is things are happening because J.D. Huff and his team didn't allow these monsters to get away with it. They persevered. They told him, you don't take one of our own and think you're getting away with it. We will find you. We will hunt you down. And now Brandy has just reminded us J.D. Huff saying, and anyone hindering our investigation will be pursued as well. Amen. Thank you for the strength, the dedication, and for your service, J.D. Huff and team. We truly appreciate what you're doing for Michael Vaughn and his family. This is Stacey James Wondra, looking quite a bit different than he has in recent photos. He is 33, male and white. He is now sitting in Idaho in a jail cell for his sins, alleged sins. He's charged innocent until proven guilty. He himself, though, has admitted many things. It is very disgusting, and I'm sorry that we start our morning with this, but Michael deserves us to know what went down. Now, the news reports are saying that the probable cause is stating, and I want to clarify something, that Michael was taken so they could sell him. That some of the news outlets are saying Michael was taken for ransom. Okay, that they were going to ask for ransom. So we will go through the probable cause and we will listen. We will determine what we think. Okay. Can you see it? I know many of you, and I'm sorry I don't have my CCs up yet. I'll be working on that over the weekend. For those of you who need the words, forgive me. I will get that taken care of for you because you are important to me as well. Okay, here we go. State of Idaho versus Stacey James Wondra. We now know he's very young. He's in his 30s. I, Detective Juanita Kelleher, the undersigned, being first duly sworn on oath, deposes and says, number one, I am a peace officer employed by the Fruitland Police Department. Thank you, Juanita, for your service, your dedication to Michael and his family. The defendant is alleged to have committed the following crimes between the dates of approximately July 27th, 2021 through 2025. Number one, first degree M, felony. Number two, second degree M, felony. Number three, destruction of or concealment of evidence, felony. The crimes were not committed in my presence. I do believe that there is probable cause to believe the defendant committed such crimes because of the following facts. Note, you must state the source of all information provided below, state what you observed and what you learned from someone else identifying that person. Yes, Summer Wells, bless her heart. Oh. Twist and Turns has a great comment. And everyone in the bushes, welcome. Hello. I'm reading a comment from the chat. I just paused for a second. Stacey has told what they know. I imagine he will tell where Michael is at because he will never be free again. Interesting. I hope so. I really do, Twist and Turns. I think, and it's just my opinion, he has tried to, I believe the reason he's done everything he did, he was trying to get a deal, and I think he's going to try and get a deal, but I don't think he'll get one. I don't think we'll get one. Okay. let's see, I'm sorry. On July 27th, 2021, neighbors reported seeing 5-year-old Michael Joseph Vaughn between approximately 6:15 and 6:30 hours in the area of Michael's home and nearby residences on, I'm not going to say the street. We're just going to say, I don't want to say the street, in South Arizona in Fruitland, Payette County, Idaho. Michael knocked on some of his neighbors' doors, attempting to play with neighbors in their yards. Now, just to pause for those of you who are new, Michael was in the living room. His mother was at work. Michael was in the living room. He was home with his father and his baby sister. The baby was in diapers at the time she was a toddler, nicknamed Buggy. And so when he went in to change Buggy's diaper and then order a pizza between 6:15 and 6, before the neighbors saw him, Michael was in the living room. When he came out after ordering the pizza, Michael was not in the living room. Now, the neighbors say they saw Michael between 6:15 and 6:30 and we knew that, going to homes, knocking on doors, looking for someone to play with. And it says here, or play in their yards. Michael was told to return home by all of the neighbors he contacted. At approximately 6:45 to 6:50, Tyler Vaughn noticed his 5-year-old son, Michael Joseph Vaughn, was missing from their home located at, we're not going to dox them, in Fruitland, Payette County, Idaho. Tyler began searching his home and property for Michael. Tyler called 911 to report his son missing at approximately 7:21 hours, and the Fruitland Police Department responded to the area. By the time Brandy got home, they already had people searching. Okay. So the neighbors saw him between 6:15 and 6:30. He must have just walked out that door when Tyler picked up the baby, was changing her diaper and ordering that pizza. And then 6:45 to 6:50, Tyler notices he's not there, and he starts searching, looking, and calls 911 at 7:21. Okay, and he called Brandy as well. Fruitland Police Department and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, and that's how quick it can happen, my friends. That's how quick it can happen on your own street, in your own front yard, in your own neighborhood, with your own child. Fruitland Police Department and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, along with other local agencies and volunteers, searched for Michael over several weeks and now years. Through interviews, searches, and other corroborating evidence, all of Michael's family and household members have been determined to not have any knowledge of Michael's current location, nor were they involved in Michael's disappearance. All of Michael's neighbors, there you go, on Southwest 9th Street in Arizona and Arizona Street have also been thoroughly investigated, searched, and interviewed, and have been determined by law enforcement to not have knowledge of or involvement in Michael's disappearance. The surrounding area was searched extensively, and Michael has never been found. Sorry, guys, I don't know why it's not. Hold on. It's not moving for me. It's not moving for me. So it happens that quickly, doesn't it? It's just shocking. So they interviewed the neighbors, whatever statements people had made about what they may have seen, not seen. They interviewed them. They thoroughly investigated. And Michael's not in the area. Now, if you've been to the area, and back in 2021, behind the splash pad, there was just this huge, and I don't know if it's still there. I want to just say like a canyon of, a drop off of dirt. It was just a canyon and behind the splash pad area. There's a lot of farmland there, especially around Michael's house. And there's one way in and one way out via the road. I'm anxious to read this and hear what they were thinking and put the images in my mind of what they did. So Please, we are here for Michael Vaughn. Hit the thumbs up. The suspect, Stacey Wondra, has been extradited to Idaho to face the music and the charges. Brandy Vaughn was there today. The preliminary hearing is December 16th, if you are just joining us. We are talking about Michael Vaughn. Live sent K-9 teams searched the surrounding neighborhoods August 2nd and 3rd, 2021, using a pair of Michael's shoes for Michael's scent. Out of approximately 300 homes, K-9 handlers reported the dogs only showed interest in one house located at it's Red Ring Road, my friends, in Fruitland, Idaho. And I had known that back in November when they were excavating. My local source told me that when they had originally searched that registered the RSOs next door, were going knocking on their door. The dogs ran to the Wondra's house, but the Wondras didn't answer the door. They don't know if they were home. Now, as I read this affidavit, Lord goodness, did they have tape over his mouth and he was on that couch? It's just horrifying, my friends. Yes, justice for Michael Vaughn. Thank you, Opal. Okay, I'm going to enlarge it a little bit. Okay, so you guys can see it a little bit more. The K-9 showed interest. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me forget. Reported they only showed interest in one house located at Red Wing Road in Fruitland. This is the home of Stacey and Sarah Wondra. A K-9 handler also reported that K-9 Banshee showed interest in the area of the corner of Meadowlark and Red Wing Street. The K-9 showed interest at the intersection and then headed straight to the fence and front door of the Wondra's house. I'm going to write that down, Meadowlark and Red Wing, and we'll look at that. We will look at that. On August 2nd, 2021, K-9 Banshee tracked scent down to a tree over the edge of the bluff. That might be what I'm speaking of to you, of Southwest 8th and Three Rivers Way. K-9 Banshee was determined to track the scent into the thorny bushes under the tree despite the thorns. A discarded child stroller was located deep in those thorny bushes. That's why it's so important handlers know their dogs and their dogs know the alerts, etc. They work together as a team. They work together as a team. Thank you, Opal. That's so very sweet of you. Thank you for sharing Michael's story in beautiful face. Indeed, you are welcome, and indeed, he is beautiful. And that's why I had his face on each page, but I'm enlarging it to read. So good thing that they didn't, that they let him go. He was determined, and they let him find what he found. And what did he find? A discarded child stroller. That was on August 2nd. And what I will do, my friends, is I will, for our next live about Michael, I will make a timeline of this probable cause affidavit, and I will map it on Google Maps. Okay. That way I'll just take the highlights out and we'll look through it, dates, locations, etc. Okay. So I will lay that out for you for a visual on our next live for Monkey. On August 5th, 2021, a pink, here, let me do this so it gets larger for you. There. On August 5th, 2021, a pink Big Flyer tricycle. And thank you again, Opal, for your sweet $2 donation. I do appreciate it, my friend. A pink Big Flyer tricycle was located behind the Bluffs sign at Three Rivers Way and Southwest 8th Street. During a search of the same area the day prior, the tricycle was not there. Interesting. Oh, thank you, Opal. It's crimetimebuzz@gmail.com. Great minds think alike, right? Thank you. So it was not there on August 4th, but it was there on August 5th. Jim Smith, who lives in the Three Rivers subdivision, later reported that he had found the tricycle over the bluff under a tree next to a child's stroller. Jim said he took it home to use one of the wheels for another project, but then discarded it after not removing the wheel as planned. Jim said he left it behind the bluff sign for neighborhood kids to use. Kim Elko would later report to law enforcement that she had seen the tricycle in the Wondra's garage during a yard sale in the spring of 2021. So he sees it August 4th. They see it August 5th. And in spring of 2021, a few months later, it's seen in the Wondra's garage. No, that would be a few months before, you all. That would be a few months before. Spring would be before summer that they saw it in the Wondra's garage. Wow. During a yard sale, spring of 2021, Elko was able to describe the layout of the Wondra's garage and where she saw the tricycle on a stack of boxes. Good for her. What detail. The described stack of boxes were still there during a later search warrant of the Wondra residence and garage. Wow. Dorothy Starkey, who was present at blank in Fruitland, or redacted in Fruitland, reported on July 29th, 2021, that she saw a monkey riding a big wheel tricycle at the corner of Red Wing Street and Meadowlark Avenue. Remember where the dogs hit? Red Wing Street and Meadowlark. The dogs hit there in August. She saw him reported on July 29th that she saw Michael riding a big wheel tricycle at the corner of Red Wing Street and Meadowlark Avenue on July 27th as she was either entering or leaving the neighborhood. Dorothy is seen on surveillance videos coming into the neighborhood westbound on Southwest 8th Street at 6:25 hours and left the neighborhood eastbound on Southwest 8th Street at 7:25. So she saw him between 6:25 and 7:25. Other than Dorothy's report, there are no other reports of Michael being seen anywhere other than on Southwest 9th Street and his next door neighbor's house on Arizona on the date of his disappearance. Okay, so she sees him riding his big wheel on the 27th, but he wasn't on his own street. He was on the corner of Red Wing and Meadowlark. Red Wing is where the Wondras live. He was on the corner of Red Wing and Meadowlark, and she came into the neighborhood at 6:25 and left at 7:25, and she's the only one who saw Michael anywhere other than his street. Video surveillance was gathered from security cameras in the neighborhood Michael disappeared from, as well as the neighboring areas. Michael is never seen on any of the surveillance footage that was obtained. And that blew our minds. Remember that? That really blew our minds. Stacey Wondra, this is the person in custody now, is captured on surveillance footage driving a white Lexus and pulling into the parking area of the splash pad. And that's in Crestview Park. I've been there, in the neighborhood off Southwest 8th Street at 3:23 hours on July 27th. So a few hours before Monkey went missing. Stacey is seen exiting the driver's door, walking around to the passenger side of the car, and appears to be testing the exterior door handle to see if it is locked. Wondering if he's checking to see if the child locks were on so no one could get out. That's my thought. Stacey then walked back around the driver's side of the vehicle where he got into the driver's seat and exited the area onto Southwest 8th Street at 3:24, 1 minute after arriving. Video surveillance shows an adult male. Okay, let me come back to you guys real quick. What do you all think he was doing? Hi, Veronica. What do you all, thank you, Opal. What do you all think he was doing when he went to check that handle? Was he making sure child locks were on or something, do you think? Hi, Crystal Pistol. And this was a few hours before Monkey went missing. So what's he doing? Whew. Video surveillance shows an adult male walking in the area of Three Rivers Way at 6:08 hours on July 27, 2021. You all know that they have identified that now as Brandon, right? Brandon Shirtlift. That came out in the last week or so. And here it comes. Remember we were looking at it the other day? The guy walking through? And the same male is captured walking in the area of the neighborhood splash pad at 6:18 hours. The last image of the male is captured at 6:28 as he walked through the wooded area to the west back towards the area in which the Wondras lived. Brandon Shirtliff was identified in 2022 as being this person and told detectives during an interview that the surveillance video captured him as he was walking and searching for a missing child on the date Michael disappeared. The video captured Brandon walking prior to Michael being reported missing. Brandon reported he was living with the Wondras on that date. So the times they've given us, 6:08, Michael wasn't missing yet. Okay, Michael was not missing yet. And he's claiming he was out there looking for a missing child. Oh, thank you, the real me. I hope everything goes well with your grandson getting his cast off. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Wow. So he got caught in a little fib because he said he was caught on surveillance. He was there helping look for a missing child. Well, guess what? You were there before the child was missing. Brandon then reported he was living with the Wondras on that date. Let's get this. There's this beautiful child, Michael Vaughn. I really wanted to leave that up for each page. It's just not working out that way. There we go. On August 1st of 2021, Fruitland Police contacted the residents on Red Wing Road, I'm sure, in Fruitland. On their initial search of the residence, they located Adrian Lucian hiding in a closet. Well, there's nothing suspicious about that, is there, my friends? There's nothing suspicious about that, is there? Let me pause for a second. I want to show all of you real quick who we're speaking about. Hold on. I think I have it up here. Yes, here we go. Real quick, let me show you who we're talking about. This is Stacey, who we've seen his mugshot now from Idaho. He's looking a little thinner, a little different. This is his wife, Sarah, was his wife, Sarah. They filed for divorce. Brandon, this person here, is the one who was walking that they captured on surveillance, who fibbed and said he was looking for a missing boy, but the missing boy wasn't missing yet. And they caught him heading over to the Wanderers' home, and he was staying with them at the time. This is Adrian, the one who was hiding in the closet. Apparently, it was Adrian's idea to take a child, steal a child, and sell it, and offered Sarah and Stacey $10,000. Losers. Bunch of losers. Can't make your money the right way. Okay. Sorry, I had to get that in there. Okay, let's keep going. It's really heartbreaking. Yeah, just casually hiding, Opal. he hides in the closet periodically. I think there's going to be more people because you just looked at the individuals, right? Do you honestly think those four could put this together and stay free for 4 years? I'm wondering, are there more people? Are there more people? Oh, I'm sorry, Pumpkin. Bump my doggy. On August 1st, 2021, Fruitland Police contacted, I'm going to enlarge it. I can't read it. My old eyes. I want Michael up there, but there. Let me pull it a little smaller. There. On August 1st, 2021, Fruitland Police contacted the residents on Red Wing in Fruitland. On their initial search, they located Adrian Lucien hiding in a closet. Residents of the home at that date and on July 27th, 2021, which is the day Michael Monkey Vaughn went missing, were identified as married couple Stacey and Sarah Wondra and their sublets Brandon Shirtliff and Adrian Lucien. All four were interviewed on August 1st, 2021. Adrian was vague in his statements and wouldn't commit to a solid statement. We've heard that before in cases. People providing a lot of detail where it's not necessary, vague where they should have details, and you can't get one solid true statement. He also refused to provide his own social security number for identification confirmation. That's not suspicious, is it? He provided Stacey's phone number as his own and concealed his own phone number from law enforcement. Ooh, Adrian. This was on August 1st. Then on August 21st, 2021, Sarah reported, the wife, then wife of the man in custody now, Sarah reported that on July 27th, 2021, she and Stacey slept until noon. Sarah said they left their residence at around 1700 hours, 5 o'clock to tow a vehicle to Kuna. Sarah and Stacey denied they were home around 6:30 p.m. on July 27th, 2021. Cell phone tower data and surveillance footage show Sarah, Stacey, Adrian, and Brandon were in the area of their neighborhood at the time of Michael's disappearance. So those of you who have been following missing children's cases, you know, the people who lie, the liars, they don't give the same details twice. They change their stories, you know, all of that. They just don't seem to think that there's usually technology that will out their lies. And that's just what happened here. Cell phone tower data and surveillance showed all four of them were in the area of the neighborhood at the time of Michael's disappearance. Sarah, Adrian, and Brandon returned to Fruitland, which was verified by surveillance in Sarah's blue Toyota Corolla at 5:08 p.m., only to leave again at 5:12. The Toyota then came back into the neighborhood again at 5:56. Surveillance footage shows Sarah driving the maroon GMC pickup on July 27th, 2021, as she drove out of the neighborhood at 7:08 p.m. So she has now changed vehicles. She came into the neighborhood in her blue Toyota Corolla at 5:08, left in her Toyota Corolla at 5:12, came back in her Toyota Corolla blue at 5:56, then leaves in the maroon GMC pickup at 7:08. 7:08. That's after Michael went missing. Stacey has been identified as the front passenger, and Brandon was the driver's side's rear passenger. Stacey, Sarah, and Brandon's phone data showed they were co-located as they left the neighborhood at 7:08 p.m. and drove to Kuna, Idaho. Oh, it's a lot, isn't it? So they had Michael at that time. Please hit that thumbs up. Let's let people know we're on here. I know it's not Sebastian, but we've got so many lovely children who need us. I will be on 7 p.m. for Sebastian. So let's share this to others. Michael Vaughn, Summer Wells, Oakley Carlson, Ashley Buzzard or Melody Buzzard. All these children and so many more are so important. Thank you for sharing it. They are absolute monsters. I agree. And liars. Okay, sorry. I forgot what. Okay. So they were co-located together in that vehicle via their cell phones and surveillance and left the neighborhood at 7:08 hours and drove to Kuna, Idaho. Adrian's phone did not provide any location data during the evening of July 27, 2021. However, Adrian took a selfie photo in the guest bathroom at the Wondra's residence at 7:26 p.m. What a dum-dum. And remember, he's the one they're claiming it was there. Oh, thank you, Nicey Marie. He's the one that is claiming it. They are claiming it was Adrian's idea. Stacey claimed it was Adrian's idea to take a child and sell him. Wondra's maroon GMC pickup truck is captured on surveillance footage returning to their Fruitland neighborhood at 11:22 p.m. on July 27, 2021, pulling or towing a silver Mercedes-Benz. Following Michael's disappearance, Sarah had a distinct change in behavior. And they're talking about on her social media, I think. Following Michael's disappearance, Sarah began to stand along the highway. Near Love's gas station in Ontario, Oregon, with signs stating to repent of your sins. Oh my goodness. And that the end of time was near. For those of you not familiar with the area, Fruitland, Idaho, and Ontario, Oregon, they border each other. Okay. So when I was in Fruitland, I drove 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and stayed in Ontario, Oregon. That's really weird. So she started holding signs by the Love's gas station in Ontario. I've been there. That's funny. With signs stating to repent of your sins and the end of time was near. By the way, she's also been stated to say, quoted in saying that she has broken every one of the 10 commandments. And we all know one of them is the big M. Sarah's social media posts on TikTok and Facebook also changed drastically to religion. Hello, Don Wells. And asking for forgiveness of her sins. Don Wells, Summer Wells' dad, from the moment she was missing, he's like, we'll see her in the resurrection. And other neighbors said he was never religious. They didn't know why he was talking like that. And a lot of times people do that. They'll take on this religious front when they've done something very dirty. Sarah's social media posts on TikTok and Facebook also changed drastically to religion and asking for forgiveness of her sins. Well, Brandy has just told you she's not forgiving you, so you'll have to go to the good Lord for that. Prior to Michael's abduction, Sarah had posted only approximately 11 videos on TikTok in over 3 years. Following Michael's abduction, Sarah posted approximately 329 videos from September 15th, 2021 through December 24th, 2021. So before Michael went missing, let me recap that real quick. She had posted 11 videos on TikTok in 3 years. After Michael went missing, she had posted 329 videos on TikTok in 3 months. In TikTok videos Sarah made testimony statements, and they have testimony in quotes, testimony statements regarding her involvement in criminal behaviors and stated she had broken all 10 of the 10 commandments. It should be noted that thou shalt not kill is one of the 10 commandments. Sarah also alleged in her videos that it did not matter what sin she had committed because God had forgiven her of all of them. Michael's missing person flyer can be seen on her refrigerator in the background in some of her videos. I think I have pictures of that somewhere. I can go back and pull photos. I have pictures of Fruitland too. I'll share with you all. Yes, Donna's a monster too, in my opinion. I agree, Opal. Yeah, Michael's flyers on behind her in her videos. Sarah was interviewed again by law enforcement on November 15th of 2021. Stacey was also interviewed after being confronted with the photo of her leaving the neighborhood on July 27th, 2021, driving the GMC pickup at 7:08 hours. Sarah changed her story. Remember, she said her and Stacey weren't in town. She changed her story and said she was driving the GMC to get Brandon's Mercedes-Benz from Kuna to tow it back to Fruitland. Sarah said the trip to Kuna to get the car had not been previously planned and that it was Stacey who wanted to go get that car at that time and date. Sarah said she stopped at Southwest 8th and South Arizona on the way out of the neighborhood. To input the address. See how good some people lie? Into the GPS. So she's claiming the reason she stopped was right in that area was to input the GPS address. Sarah said she drove to 2518 North Snowbell in Kuna, which is Brandon's mother's home. It was worth noting Brandon was in the truck with them when they entered the GPS coordinates to go to Brandon's mother's house. And that Sarah's and Brandon's cell phone data showed them at the residence earlier that day. I like that. That was cute. It is worth noting Brandon was in the truck with them when they entered the GPS coordinates to go to Brandon's mother's house, and that Sarah's and Brandon's cell phone data show them at the residence earlier that day. Sarah said Brandon's mother, Tina Morale, was out of town. Sarah said Tina did not allow Brandon to have people in her home when she was not there, so Sarah and Stacey parked down the road, and Brandon used a back gate on the south side to enter his mom's residence so that her doorbell camera did not capture him there. What a stand-up son. Sarah reported that while towing the car back to Fruitland, the tow strap broke. Oh, how convenient. Okay. Sarah and Stacey Wondra sold their phones or sold their vehicles and got rid of their furniture shortly after Michael went missing. Sarah was asked about charging her phones following Michael's abduction. Sarah provided 2 reasons. Sarah said they sold their changing their phones. Excuse me. Sarah was asked about changing her phones following Michael's abduction. Sarah provided 2 reasons. Sarah said they sold their phones because she and Stacey were splitting up, and Sarah said they sold their phones because a demon told her to. Holy wow. Sarah was still paying on the phones that she sold. Sarah was asked about her Facebook posts and provided the following responses. I literally had like a demon to tell me that I need to leave my husband. Quote. Another quote, I literally deleted all of my pictures. I have no idea what my passwords are. We had a fight and my husband and I had to sell our phones and we had to get new phones and I can't access any of my stuff. So I do have Facebook, just don't have access to it right now. So let's follow her line of thinking right here. They sold phones they owed on because they were splitting up, she says, or because a demon told her to. And even though they were still paying on those phones, they sold them and the demon told her to leave her husband. She literally deleted all, that term literally inserted all the time. She's trying to convince us. I literally had a demon tell me that I needed to leave my husband. That's a convincing word. I literally, like proving us, it literally happened. I literally deleted all of my pictures. And I have no idea what my passwords are. We had a fight. My husband and I had to sell our phones, and we had to get new phones. And I can't access any of my stuff. So I do have Facebook. I just don't have access to it right now. Well, if they had a fight, let's talk about this for a second. If they had a fight and they were splitting up, I know, Linda, hello. It makes no sense why people do these things. It's just unbelievable. Hi, Kathy. If they had a fight and they were splitting up and they still owed money on the phones and they sell them and they each get their own phone on their own account, they're still paying for the phones that they had when they were together. They're still going to have to pay that. So it just doesn't make sense. It's not like the bill's going to go away just because they sold the phones. They're still going to have to pay for the phones, pay for, the month's account that they had. So it just kind of doesn't make sense. And then the demon told her to do it. So you can choose which one she wants. Yeah, she wants that insanity plea real bad, doesn't she? And remember what happened when they arrested her in November of 2020. Was it 2? Yeah. November of 2022, when she was arrested, she was saying all this crazy religious stuff. And actually they had to say they weren't sure she was able to understand the charges against her because of her mental health. They had to do an evaluation. The charges ended up getting dropped, but not without being able to bring them back. Yes, that's right. That you're right, Opal. They had to do it. They don't have the insanity plea, but they have to be able to understand what the charges against them. And she convincingly convinced them, true or not, I don't know, I'm not saying either, that she did not. But she can do all this, but she doesn't understand her charges. Okay. Then she says, okay, sorry, I lost my place. Okay. We had a fight. My husband and I had to sell our phones and we had to get new phones. I can't access any of my stuff. So I do have Facebook, just don't have access to it right now. In other words, I don't want to show you all the crazy stuff I've been posting. When asked about the vehicles Sarah and Stacey have, Sarah said the GMC pickup was repossessed. Oh, Sarah said she told Stacey when they heard the repo guys were coming to take the truck, "We are going to be the nicest repo they ever had today." Law enforcement was later told that the truck appeared to have been thoroughly cleaned prior to the repo. Wow. Following the interview on November 15th, 2021, how convenient, right, that the car was repoed? Following the interview on November, they probably stopped making the payments so it would get repoed, so it would be lost and not able to track to them, so they thought. Following the interview on November 15th, 2021, Brandon reported Sarah and Stacey contacted him and told him they were re-interviewed. Remember, because it was Stacey and Sarah, the husband and wife they were interviewing. So they contacted Brandon, the guy walking through the splash pad and all that, claiming he was looking for a missing child before a child was missing. So following that interview of them alone, they let Brandon know that they were re-interviewed about Michael's abduction. Brandon said Stacey suggested Brandon come over to their place and create an alibi or write a letter on behalf of Sarah and Stacey saying that they were not involved in Michael's abduction. So now they're saying, Brandon, you got to come over here. They've contacted us. Remember, Brandon was with them when they did this. They contacted us about Michael's abduction. You need to get over here. We need to develop an alibi, or you need to write a letter on our behalf saying we have nothing to do with this. Tina Morale, Brandon Shirtliff's mother, was interviewed by law enforcement. Tina reported that Brandon's behavior changed after he lived with the Wondras. Tina explained that Brandon became more depressed and withdrawn, spending more time playing video games and smoking marijuana. Tina would not tell law enforcement where Brandon was or what his phone number was at the time. Kay Ramsey, Sarah's mother, was interviewed and shown a picture of the tricycle that was described above, that was found in the bushes and then left under the sign for kids to play with, and then later seen in the Wondras, and also seen in the Wondras garage. I keep saying later, and it was before. Kay Ramsey, Sarah's mother, was interviewed and shown a picture of the tricycle described above. Kay claimed she found the tricycle in some bushes prior to Michael's abduction. The bushes that Kay described are near where Mr. Smith found the tricycle just after Michael's abduction. Let's read that again. Sarah's mother was interviewed and shown a picture of the tricycle, the pink tricycle. She claimed she found it in bushes prior to Michael's abduction. The bushes that Kay described are where Mr. Smith found the tricycle just after Michael's abduction. Kay said that would be the reason her DNA would be on the tricycle. Kay said that after all of that effort, she left it at the intersection of the Three Rivers Way and Southwest 8th Street. Kay was 73 years old in July of 2021, and the bushes were very difficult to get to. So they're not buying her story. And I'm going to lay all of this out for you all in a timeline. I really am. And thank you, Opal, since you did that already. I'm going to lay all of this out for you in a timeline. And on the maps, we can go through it. So we will have another live soon. And I'm sure we're going to have more news very soon on Michael. I really do feel more news is coming. I'm hoping. So they feel she's not being honest, obviously. And then she's got a reason as to why her DNA is going to be on that tricycle, because she found it before the abduction. And she said she went ahead and put it back. Unbelievable. She showed a picture and she said she found it prior to the abduction. The bushes where Mr. Smith found the tricycle just after Michael's abduction. Kay said that would be the reason her DNA would be on the tricycle. See how the things people think of? You know, oh, I got to have a reason my DNA's on that trike. Kay said that after all of that effort, she left it at the intersection. Even though the bushes are so difficult to get to. She was 73 years old at the time. Kay Ramsey also confirmed to law enforcement that Sarah and Stacey's dog had dug holes in the backyard of the Red Wing residence. Oh my goodness. Kay reported the dog had dug up what she later determined to be the ear of a green stuffed animal. Kay said she had thrown away the stuffed ear. Kay Ramsey alleged to have withheld information. Kay Ramsey is alleged, this is Sarah's mother, to have withheld information or evidence in other criminal investigations involving Sarah in 2022, after Michael went missing. She's in jail right now, by the way, unrelated charges. Then Kay initially concealed a firearm used in an aggravated assault in which Sarah was later convicted. So she hid a firearm for Sarah. So are they believing her story right now about the tricycle and how her DNA would have gotten on it? No. When law enforcement met with Sarah on October 12, 2022, Sarah said God told her he was going to help her find the boy. During the interview, at the first mention of Michael, Sarah became emotional and broke down crying in front of the detective. Sarah wrote a testimony and said that if law enforcement, hold on, do I have him out of order here? Did I not get the last page? Hold on, y'all. I don't think I got the last page. Pause. Pause. I will put on the press conference from the news while I'm getting the page. Sorry, y'all. That's funny. Okay, here we go. Breaking news. Let's get some breaking news about this guy.
What's the
Hold on.
catch? That's what most people ask when they hear about Rocky Mountain Power's new
4. Thanks for being with us on the news at 4. I'm Joe Paris. We'll start with our top story. The man accused of kidnapping and killing Michael Vaughn is back in the state of Idaho. He appeared in a Payette County courtroom this morning. Our Aspen Shumpert was there for Stacey Wondra's arraignment. She joins us live outside the courthouse. Aspen, we know that court records were finally unsealed today, detailing new information about the case.
Right, that's right, Joe. And those documents were released to the public today because he did appear in court. We're going to get to that in just a minute. But first, look at Stacey Wondra's booking photo from the Payette County Jail. He appeared today, like I said, again, this is where he's being held in the Payette County Jail without bail after being extradited back to Idaho from Arizona, where he was serving time for unrelated charges. Wondra appeared virtually from jail for his 10-minute arraignment today. He's charged with first-degree murder, second-degree kidnapping, destruction of evidence, and a persistent violator charge. As we previously reported, law enforcement served Wondra's arrest warrant related to the disappearance and death of then 5-year-old Michael Vaughn. He went missing in July of 2021 from outside his home in Fruitland. As Joe mentioned, a newly released probable cause affidavit filed in June lays out the interviews following Michael's disappearance. Again, during these initial searches, police say canines tracked Michael sent to the fence line of the home where Stacey Wondra, his wife Sarah, and their 2 roommates, Brandon Shurtleff and Adrian Lucien, lived. All 4 of those individuals have been named people of interest in Michael's disappearance. One of Michael's neighbors told police they saw Michael riding a bike outside of the Wondra's home the day that he disappeared. Another neighbor said they saw that same tricycle at the Wondra's home during a garage sale months before Michael disappeared. The Wondras initially denied any involvement, but then in November of 2022, Stacey asked to meet with investigators. The PCA states Stacey claims he was home the night Michael was allegedly abducted and saw Sarah carrying Michael into the house. Stacey allegedly told police it was Adrian's idea to take a child to sell for money, and they would get a $10,000 cut. Stacey claims Sarah told everyone to, quote, follow her lead. Stacey told investigators they took him to Brandon's mother's home in Kuna that night, where they left Michael overnight. Stacey claims the other 3 returned to Brandon's mom's house the next day and brought Michael back to the Wanderer's home in Fruitland. Stacey told police Michael was not alive, and Sarah and Adrian buried him in the Wanderer's backyard. 2 days after Stacey's interview with police, they executed a search warrant and excavated the Wanderer's backyard. The affidavit says cadaver dogs alerted to the same area where Stacey told detectives Michael's body was buried, but to this day, Michael has not been found. Law enforcement hasn't announced charges related to Sarah, Brandon, or Adrian. Now, Michael's mom, Brandy Neal, was in the courtroom today for today's hearing. She tells me that she is happy that Stacey is back in Idaho and hopes he will tell them where Michael is. She thanked law enforcement and the prosecutor and urged anyone who knows anything to contact law enforcement so they can bring Michael home. Joe, today the judge did set a preliminary hearing for Stacey Wondra back here at the courthouse on December 16th. We will continue to cover this years-long case and give you updates along the way.
A lot to be uncovered and revealed publicly for the first time. Aspen Shumpert for the live report. Thank you so much.
Okay, y'all, you're going to laugh at me because I totally forgot to download the other parts. So we're just going to take a little break here for a second and talk, and then we'll have to do a part 2 because I don't want to sit here and do it right here. But I want to talk about a couple of things that Michael Vaughn was 5 when he went missing. He would be 9 now. Let's see, 25. Yes. He would be 9 as of June 24th. Michael would have been starting kindergarten. He would be in 4th grade now. Michael has 3 siblings, 2 sisters and a brother, a mother and a father and a family. And Michael has been, they do believe Michael was M'd, obviously, by the charges. He was put in that backyard on Redwood where the mother claims the dog was digging, and buried and later moved. So once they excavated the yard, Stacey Wondra is the one who told them where they thought they could find Michael's body. And he helped guide them. Remember, I shared that leak call with you that Brandy had leaked. And that's when we also found out they had put duct tape over his mouth. They had sat him on the couch. Well, in the affidavit that's coming, I have more to tell you. They sat him on the couch when they got him in the house, apparently. They gave him a little dog toy to play with, which is what the green dog toy is, what they're talking about. And he was making noise, so Sarah put duct tape over his mouth. They didn't know what they were going to do, so Adrian brought out a duffel bag, and they put him in there. And on that drive to Kuna that we just read about, Michael was in the car. They did pull over at one time just to check on him, but then once they got to Kuna, no one checked on him, and he suffocated. Michael has not been found. We will do a part 2 of this probable cause affidavit. Forgive me for not having downloaded it all. But also, when we do that, I will have the timeline and the map of the places, the tricycle, the bluff they're telling you about. I'll go ahead and map all that for you and show you the area and what they were doing. And it's just an absolute heartbreaking story. But the good news, not story, case, true story, disappearance of Michael Vaughn from Fruitland, Idaho. But one of the monsters is in jail now, being extradited from Arizona to Idaho. And I'm sure Mini Panthers, hello, my friend, I'm sure the other 3 are very scared. If you recall, when they were searching around Brandon and Adrian's homes, the dogs hit on one of the houses there. And the mother said, "Oh, that's just feces from my toilets. My toilet's broken." So I'm anxious to hear more about all of that too. So please, we will finish the probable cause affidavit. We will get on here again for Michael. Stacey Wondra is in Idaho, where they do have the firing squad. They do have the D-pen. Will he be joining the lifers, Brian Kohlberger, Lori Daybell, or will he be joining the D-pen crew, Chad Daybell? Idaho's got quite the characters in their court systems right now, right? I don't understand how they sit there. Well, first of all, she's not his mom, but she's clearly a liar. The things that they tried to come up with, they thought they were going to sell a child. And who would do that who would do it for any amount of money? But $10,000? My gosh. I hope the DP too. I hope no deals are given. Adrian I did hear that they're not sure where Adrian and Brandon are. But Brandon was one of them was in jail. I had heard all of them were in jail, but one of them was arrested on the 4th last month too. So they'll find him. How does someone know a person who buys children? Exactly. Now, the news had been reporting this morning they were planning on asking for ransom. So I don't know if that came out in the hearing or the arraignment this morning. I don't know anything. I don't think that information would have come out, but the news reports are saying they were going to ask for ransom. But we just read where they were going to sell the child. So I don't know, you guys. It's just really bad. Brandon, thank you. It's Brandon who's back in jail. Yes. So I think Adrian and Sarah, who do you think is going to be next? Should we take bets? Just kidding. But we are going to do a part 2 I will have it. There were 4 of them. Let me show you their pictures again. And in my opinion, there's more than 4 of them. Here's the lovelies. Stacey's already in custody for charges against Michael, regarding Michael. Sarah's in custody for those firearm charges they were just talking about with her mother, unrelated to Michael. Right? Brandon, the one who was walking right here through the splash pad and lied and said he was looking for a missing child, but Michael hadn't been reported missing yet. He's in jail. And I don't know where Adrian is. And I don't think they do either. So Adrian is on the run. So if anyone knows Adrian Lucien and sees him, call 911, report it, because he needs to face what he did. According to Stacey Wondra, this was his idea. Can you believe Stacey Wondra? I don't care whose idea it was. Minnie, I've told you my story. Minnie says if you're in the bushes, my opinion, their neighbors, the RSO couple, know too. I am telling you, when I arrived in Fruitland, my friend, subscriber, first place we went was the RSOs right next to the Wondras. We never heard the Wondras or anything about that. But because we had been looking on Google Earth, and on July 27th, they had their RV doors open and the steps down. And they are 2 married RSOs, and their sins were against children. So that's the first place we went. So 4 months later, when I'm watching the news, my heart's just beating out of my chest when looking where I was just pretty much standing feet away at this house next door. I never went over to the Wondras. You know, my eye was on the RSOs. Very scary. An ex-employer, Stacey, was on a live talking about Stacey and Sarah's house before that he visited before Michael went missing. Oh, really? Was that recently? On another live, someone who knew Stacey, he was inside the house and Sarah had pistol whipped Adrian in front of him. He took it allegedly. Oh my. Y'all, can you email or drop in the chat the initials of where I can go see that stuff? Interesting. Well, Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff has pride in his county, has pride in his town. His town is where Michael lives, and Michael is one of his. And he didn't give up, and he pursued. And he persevered, even with the DA's office, giving the paperwork to the DA on the 1-year anniversary. And when something wasn't done, resubmitting it to them. Thank you, Minnie. Resubmitting it to them. So I want to say, J.D. Huff, you are an amazing chief of police. I want to say to the Fruitland Police Department, amazing what you've done and continue to do. And I want to say to any other departments who have a missing child, maybe you should reach out to Huff or watch how he did this investigation. And he's not quitting. He's done a great job. And if there's a sheriff in a town who doesn't treat each and every one of you like you are their precious own, reelect someone else. Y'all, justice for Monkey Michael Vaughn, 1 in custody on charges related to Michael. Will they lead the family to Michael's remains? Will they lead the family to Michael's remains? I hope so. And she was talking about kidnapping when the pistol whipping happened. Oh my goodness. The last sighting was in Indiana, allegedly a few months ago. Of Adrian? Okay, thank you. Yep, I'm gonna We all should take a few peeks. Put his face all over your social media, please. Put Adrian's face all over your social media and ask people if they've seen him or know where he is. Please, let's circulate his face. Thank you, Minnie. Minnie says, teach the guy who spoke out seems legit. He even went on camera. Thank you, Minnie, for letting me know that. And thank you, Nicey Marie, for letting me know, Indiana. If you have social media, share Adrian's face. Take a screenshot right now if you'd be so willing. Share his face. Let's get him. You know how quickly social media works. Let's find the guy. Let's find him for Monkey. Okay. So Veronica's saying, that's what I thought, but 10,000 divided by 4, 2,500 a piece, that's disgusting at any price, but really just really how ignorant, anyhow, and sick. Are we saying they were going to split 10,000, or were Stacey and Sarah's part 10,000? I think Adrian told Stacey and Sarah their cut would be 10,000. That's how I heard it. Yeah, this is just, please share this live. We need to find this guy. He does not allow, if Michael isn't with his family, why should he be walking free? So let's share his face. Let him know he might be dangerous too. So they'll call 911 if they see him. Hi, Sandy. That's just very heartbreaking. Michael Vaughn went missing July 27th, 2021, out of Fruitland, Idaho. An amazing, amazing Fruitland Police Department. J.D. Huff, unbelievable. Persevered, strength, strong. And by the way, his message now is, and we're going to bring them in. They're all going to be bringing them in. We're bringing them in. But he also said, by the way, if you're hindering our investigation, we'll be pursuing you as well. And we will end with the mother of Michael Vaughn today, for those of you who may not have gotten to hear her, because that is what we need to. We are ending with Brandy again. Missing PNW. This is credit to Missing PNW Crimes Revisited, and we are going to end with Brandy. This is the mother of Michael Vaughn, for those of you who are new to the case. Please put a 1 if you hear it once I start it, because it's telling me I lost my audio. So put a 1 as soon as I start it if you can hear it, please. Right. It said my audio was disabled, so let me see what's going on here. Let me remove it. Let me add her to the stage. Myself back. Okay. Okay, you all. I'm going to try and play it again. Thank you for letting me know you couldn't hear it. I will be live 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight for Sebastian Rogers. Can't wait for Mr. President to meet the Proudfoots. Okay, I haven't started it. I'm about to start it right now. Okay, let's make sure I've got, can you hear me? Wait. Hold on. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, good. Let's see if you can now. Please put a 1 if you can hear Brandy, or a 2 if you cannot. It's about to begin again. Weird. Oh, I don't know why we're losing our audio. Okay, I'm added to the stage. Let's try it this way. Sorry, you all. Let me see what we can do here. Sorry, you all. I do want you to hear this. I know I stopped it. Just a moment. Let me see what I can do. It told me to add my. We're going to try one last time. I don't know why it's doing this. So can you hear her now? Oh, come on, Teach, get it together. You guys are hilarious. Oh, I don't even have the comments down. Okay, I don't know why we're not hearing her. That's weird. It says it disabled the audio. I don't know why. Oh, goodness. Her hair looks so cute for Monkey. Okay, let me see what I can do here. I know what I'll do. Let me try it again. I really wanted to end with her. Try and add her again.
It's funny. He tried to say that he have questions. I was there in court today.
Now, can you hear?
Saw Stacey, and he understands his charges, and he tried to. It's funny. He tried to say that he knew his rights. Apparently, he didn't get a paper explaining his rights to him. So the judge took a recess and for him to make sure that he had read and understood those rights. I was thanking God for that one, because that could be a big oopsie, you know. So I'm glad that they're paying very, very close attention to this case. So the arraignment, that was the arraignment, and then next we have the preliminary, and that's on the 16th, I believe, and we'll be there. Tyler and I will both be there. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to be there because he was working, and they had jury selection for something else today. So his partner had, sorry. His partner had to be there.
Weight loss treatment plan, personalized to you.
Since that time, I've lost 40 pounds.
Yeah, just sitting there staring at him the entire time. I was angry. Just pure anger. I have no remorse, I don't have empathy for him, any of them. And that's not me, but they don't deserve it. They don't deserve my kindness. And I believe that the judicial system believes that as well, that these people are monsters. And they're not going to be allowed to roam the streets anymore. So, one walk in the direction of giving Michael justice. It's going to be a long road with all of them, but we're monkey strong, and we're going to be there through every bit of it. And pray that the others that do have information or have tried to hinder the investigation grow a spine, a little bit of a spine, something. I mean, maybe forgiveness. They should be begging for forgiveness, and not from me. So thank you, everybody, for your love and support and your kindness. Still, I mean, it's been so long. It's been 1,500 and I'm off on my days. I haven't been sleeping much, especially waiting for him to get back here. So other things are coming. Information is still coming in. So everyone, please, if you see this, if you know something, or you saw something on July 27th of 2021, if you're afraid to come forward, please, you don't have to be afraid. You can remain anonymous. All I want is my baby home. That's all we've been asking this entire time. And now that these monsters are going to get what they deserve for what they have done to Michael, please. It's been so long. Please just tell someone where he is. Tell us where Michael is, please. I'll beg forever. And I'm losing my patience. So please, give me back my son. There's a statement from J.D. Huff that any person or persons that hindered their investigation, I can't even say it word for word right now. They will be pursued as well. And I stand with JD. And I stand with our local police department, the sheriff's department, and the prosecuting attorney's office. We will get justice for Michael. We will find him. We have hope. I love you, Michael Joe. Monkey butt, I'm never going to give up, I swear. Tried to go twice, but you know what? Nope. I'm here for a reason. I got that pinky promise to keep, my love. Thank you, everybody, so much. There'll never be enough thank yous. But please, I am so humbled by everybody's generosity. Prayers, kind words, food. It is very humbling. So please, please keep our family in your thoughts and prayers. Prayers are always needed, no matter what you believe. I'll take it, the light, the love, spirit, you name it. Because to me, it's faith, having hope. And I believe those two go really well together, along with some love and kindness. So, here we go, you guys. It's a start. And me and Tyler, the whole family, we're here for it. I love you all very much. And take care of each other. And try to have a blessed holiday. Give the loved ones you haven't talked to in forever, give them a call or a friend. And remember to smile. Especially if you think of Michael. His beautiful smile. So, have a great evening. Thank you all again. I love you so much. And yeah, I did. And I'm keeping it. Blue for monkey. I love you all. Good night.
She should not have to keep begging for her child. So hopefully someone will open their cowardless. Oh, sorry, guys. Will open their cowardly voices, their mouths, and help this family bring him home to rest. They've done their dirty. They're being charged. Hopefully the others will be charged too, and they'll find Adrian. Please share Adrian's picture on your social media so he can be caught too. We need all the monsters in the cages. Let's put the monsters in the cages and throw away the keys. Then we'll have our children safe. Prayers to the Vaughn family. Prayers for Brandy's health, that she continues to get strength. We love her hair. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful statement of love to Michael. Love to see this coming from all parents of missing children. But let's go ahead, you guys. And remember, we're getting justice for Michael. Please share Adrian's picture all over your social media so they can locate him. That is so important right now. Thank you for being here for Michael. If you'd share this video, it would be much appreciated. The beast is in Idaho. He's a monster, and he is behind bars right now. Let's get the other 3 in. Prayers up. Stay safe. Keep keeping on. And I will see you 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight for Sebastian Rogers. Talk soon, my friends. Thank you again for joining me. Justice for Michael Vaughn.